peoples, it's your favorite freak of the week, back with another video. So this week the topic of discussion is traveling while melanated, chocolated, black. For those of you saying there is no difference, you can just close your tabs now. We'll wait. Now, traveling as a woman is already a different experience on its own. It's like a big scary thing for people. You get questioned about why you're doing it and as if you shouldn't be doing it, but there are so many women traveling every day, everywhere on their own, so that should not discourage you at all. And I met way more females than males than I did when I was backpacking, so that was just proof enough in itself. Now, being a woman, a black woman traveling is a completely different experience. And I had to check my own privilege because I am of a lighter complexion. Now, imagine being a darker complexion, LGBTQ folk, or handy capable. All of those things, there's so many intersectionalities within it, so everyone's travel experience is so different. But imagine having all of those things be a barrier on top of being a female. Woo, child, it's too much. It's just too much. But it is doable, which is the best part about it. Black people traveling is not a regular occurrence. In the 7 weeks that I spent in Italy, there was only one other black person working with me out of like maybe 20 of us. All of the other black people I saw in Italy were of the lower class, and they were usually beggars or living on the streets, and it was really an unfortunate sight to see. My entire 3 months that I spent traveling, I was looking around like, where are my black people? And on my first stop in Budapest, I walked into my hostel and I was talking about how I was from Canada. And this person ripped open their curtains that was on their hostel bed, and it was another black guy from Canada. And we ended up getting dinner and talking about his experiences traveling while being black. And it was really eye-opening to see how the experiences differed being a man, because although he did experience racism, it was completely different than the racism and like fetishization that was being put on me. When I originally touched down in Italy, I downloaded Bumble, the dating app, because my roommate told me that she met her boyfriend of 2 years on it. I obviously wasn't looking to get married. I was just looking for some Italian sausage, pasta, and maybe some Italian lessons. But most of the matches I had were just men being like, ooh, cioccolato and nero, and oh, I've never slept with a black girl, and like, things of that nature. So I immediately just, no. Being 100% transparent here, my bio may or may not have said everybody needs a little chocolate in their diet. But it didn't, it's not like it said I was a meat lover. And nearly all the messages I received were from them saying that they wanted me to touch their sausage and sex. So is that really my fault? I don't think so. So, whatever. There are some good moments in Italy as well. Like when I was walking down the street and I consistently got called Beyonce. Like, I didn't hate that. Say my name, Francesca, yes, Joe! There are some also not great moments in Italy that I can recall. Like for instance, the night we were all sitting around a picnic table discussing an abundance of topics, and the chef of the camp, a different camp that I was stationed at, brought up the topic of tattoos, and when I told him about mine, he was like, oh, that's funny, they show up on you? You know what? You know what's about to show up on you? Square up, homie. After that, I learned to take everything that I would experience on my trip with a grain of salt, because I am perfectly happy being the melanated, chocolated individual that I am, and no one is going to stop that. I'm in Europe. I'm gonna be bougie as and black as ever, you know? There was also another time where I was the only minority at a table of 12 plus people, and I got into a heated debate with someone about reverse racism. I realized that I didn't slave over 3 jobs and 75 plus hour weeks to have someone argue with me about something of this nature. I wanted to enjoy my trip, and I wasn't gonna let anyone knock my hustle. So instead of creating an enclosed circle, I tried to create a ceiling for her that she could learn, so that in the future when she has these conversations, she navigates them better and in a more intellectual way. I also remember being in Prague, and I decided to go on a walking tour to take in the architecture and history of the Czech Republic. And I'm like moseying around, drinking my drink, taking in the sights, taking lots of pics, looking cute. and everyone's staring, and I'm like, what is going on? Is there something in my teeth? Like, is my dress tucked in my underwear? Like, let a girl know. And later on in the tour guide told us that the Czech Republic is one of the most racist and xenophobic countries in all of EU. Oh, word? Oh, that's how it is out here. Okay, okay. Okay. With that being said, obviously do your research before. There's definitely gonna be places in the world that are worse than others. I just so happen to go to some of the okay areas. Yes, it's upsetting and it's super, super shitty that the world still operates like this and that ignorance is so alive and well. But if you let racism stop you from living out your dreams, you're never gonna go anywhere. You're never gonna do anything. We're just gonna let the ignorance of people that can't appreciate the beauty that we all are stop you from doing what you wanna do. I think not, sir. I think the not. And regardless of where you travel, people are going to look at you as a black person like you're Tupac arising from the dead. I don't know. People are gonna look at you away. You just have to live your best life. Who am I kidding? They probably don't know who Tupac is either, but you know what I'm saying. Overall, I had more memorable and fruitful experiences than negative ones. You just have to be cautious and love who you are. You're outside of your comfort zone anyway, so why are you gonna let others impede on your ability to live your best life? If you travel the right way, you'll probably have at least one conversation that'll hopefully change the outlook or perspective of someone. That's really all you can hope for. And if it doesn't, that's a loss for them and a lesson for you. But why would you let that affect how you explore and experience the world around you? Because it definitely shouldn't. Remember that life is too short to be lived in one place. Stay freaky, y'all.